Hey, welcome back to the channel, you guys. I want to give you guys my year-end 2020 top Netflix favorite movies that came out on the platform. Okay, so these are just mine. Okay, so when I say my favorite, I'm going from my least favorite, which I like, until my favorite. So I will name them off here. The first one is called Blood Red Sky. Okay, Blood Red Sky is about a woman who's trying to, take care of her little boy, and she's infected, and she gets on this plane to try to see if she can go to the doctor to see if she could, you know, see if she can get some help, and she, it's just this was really good. Everything was on a plane, and everything was isolated on a plane, and the action was good. It was just a good foreign-made movie. This is a foreign-made movie. I think this movie is a German action movie. So yeah, that was called Blood Red Sky. And then the next one is called Spoiled Brats. Spoiled Brats is Spoiled Brats is just really good. It's about these three kids who are just, they're their dad's well off, and they just have no responsibility. They're just burning up his money. He tries to teach them a lesson to try to show them that they need to be a little bit more responsible. But there was two lessons to be learned in both of these, because he really didn't know his kids, and his kids really need to be taught a lesson about how to be more responsible instead of just using his money. And so, but I had a review I put on that. Okay, my next one is Yara. Yara is a movie about a girl that got kidnapped and she got killed. And it's very sad. And it's based on a true story. And she's 13 years old. And it's just sad. And it was a well-made movie. And it's this movie is an Italian social issue drama. Is that what that's under? And it was very good. My next one is Things Heard and Not Seen. That is an excellent movie, and it's also a Netflix movie as well. I'm trying to look it up here to see what the plot synopsis is. It's about this couple that moves out to this rural area, and it's a school teacher and his wife, and it's really good. It's basically this couple, and the husband is cheating on her, and then there's something strange about the house because somebody died in that house. So that's what this movie's all about. A young woman discovers both her husband and their new home harbor sinister secrets after they leave Manhattan for a small town life, and it is an excellent movie. Excellent. Next is Good on Paper. Good on Paper just caught me by surprise. Oh my God, did it catch me by surprise. It's basically about this girl. She's a comedian, and she gets on a plane with this ordinary guy. And somehow this ordinary guy got inside her head and made her believe all kinds of stuff about him. And it's so funny. It is so funny. It is so good. And the movie just really caught me off guard, and I was just shocked how good it was. She likes him as a friend. He wants to be more. On paper, seems sort of perfect. Giving him a chance was her first mistake, and boy, it was so funny after she found out how this guy was. But anyway, that's Good on Paper. And next is In for Murder. In for Murder is really good. It kind of reminds me of, In for Murder kind of reminds me of a Alfred Hitchcock kind of thing. Whoever the director was that made this movie, he had some Alfred Hitchcock vibes, especially after the way it was made. And it's basically this woman, she's just a housewife, and she's got this asshole husband. And she's trying to help this guy solve a murder case, and it's really good. It's shot. It's shot real well. I like whoever this director is. He had some Alfred Hitchcock vibes. A stay-at-home mom and an avid reader of crime stories discovers the deepest secrets of a small town's residents while investigating a woman's murder. And it's a Polish mystery. Yeah, Polish mystery. In for murder. So that's my number 5. And then my next one is Kate. Kate was an action movie. And they killed her, but not fast enough. Fatally poisoned and with only hours to live, an elite assassin sets out on a mission to avenge her own murder. Because she's dying, so she's avenging her own murder. So that's number 4. And man, this movie was not... This got Elizabeth Weinstein in it. Yeah. And it's an action adventure. And that's my number... that's my number 4 on Netflix movies of 2021. Next on the list is number 3 is The Strange House. Now, The Strange House is really good. It's a foreign-made movie, and I'm trying to find the plot synopsis for it so I can read it off. But it's basically about this family that's down and out. They don't have no more money. They're about out of money. They run into a rough time, and that place was the only place left for them to live, and it's in a small village. And these kids come find out the people that lived in this house, they all got murdered, but they were all poisoned. And it's really a good movie. I'm trying to find it on here so I can read the plot synopsis for you, but I might not be able to find it. Usually when you want to find something, you can. When you can't, when you don't need it, that's when you find it. But anyway, it's these 3 kids, man. They start trying to go around trying to solve what happened in that house, because the mom and the other kids before that got murdered, and they all got poisoned. But come find out they got poisoned by accident. And so I found it. A big city family moves into a remote town. 2 young brothers and their new friends that they befriend in that little town try to solve a menacing mystery that haunts their home. So there you go. Now that's number 3 on my list of Netflix year-end 2021 movies that my favorites. So my number 2 is Fear Street Part 2, 1978. Wow, was that movie good. 1966 and the first one was all right, but this series would have been a perfect one for me, but it had a lot of things in there that I didn't care for. And it's a 3-part trilogy, but 1978 was the closest to the one I liked the most because it was more geared to my time and era, because it kind of reminds me of Friday the 13th type of stuff and Halloween back in that time. But whoever thought about this, they did a good job, because it's like they took all that stuff from back then and they made this movie, and it's just it's really good. It's a 3-part trilogy, but out of all 3 parts, this is my favorite one. Like I said, this would have been a perfect trilogy. It would have been perfect for me if they didn't have some stuff in there I didn't care for. But it's really good. So it's number 2 on my list of year-end 2021 movies on Netflix that I like. And number 1, last but not least, is The Mitchells versus the Machines. Wow, this movie ought to get an award, and I guarantee you that they will pass this up, because they will go for all that other stuff that's coming out on all the other stuff. Like, they'll probably Mitchell and the Machines, it's got the 27th annual Critics' Choice nominee, but it should get an award. It's some type of award, but it won't. They'll give it to Raya and the Last Dragon, or they'll probably give it to Enchanto or something that just came out on Disney. But man, it's just it's basically, it's just, it's so good. It's about this family, man, that's, you know, the Mitchells versus Machines. It's about these families that are running from these robots, and the robots are trying to round up all the people, and the Mitchells are the only ones that's going to fight them. And it's got such a good story, such a good, it's just a good family oriented movie, and I really enjoy this movie. It's just a good movie, man. And like I said, it's like I said, it's about a family, and that's just, you know, daughter's going off to college, so they decided to cancel her plane trip, and she's ready to go, and she had a falling out with her dad because her and dad don't understand each other, you know, teenage things, and then so he decided to take a road trip, take her off to college, and that's when all hell breaks loose because this guy that's got this new cell phone technology, he has a new technology which he disses the old phone. The old phone is a smartphone, and the smartphone didn't like the fact that it's getting out, that it's going to be, you know, done away with for this newer technology. So it kind of takes over the robots that he introduces to his new phone system, and it's a great movie. So anyway, you guys, that's my Netflix 2021 year-end movies that I like. So number 10, Blood Red Sky. Number 9, Spoiled Brats. Number 8, Yara. 7, Things Heard and Not Seen. Number 6, Good on Paper. Number 5, In for Murder. Number 4, Kate. 3, The Strange House. 2, Fear Street, Part 2, 1978. Number 1, The Mitchells versus the Machines. Anyway, God bless. Take care. I hope you guys enjoying your holiday and being with your family, and stay safe, and we'll catch you next video. We'll see you.